Welcome to the Macros for Life podcast, where we talk all things macros, business, and marriage. We're your hosts, Eve and Randall Guzman. Visit our website at www.gtransformationacademy.com, where you can download our free How to Track Macros guide. This guide has helped over 15,000 people start their macro tracking journey.
Hey, you guys, this is Eve. I am back this week with you guys with a special edition of the Macros for Life podcast to share my investment story with you guys. I became a coach in 2014. I started off in an MLM, Herbalife. And after a couple of years of failing forward, I decided that this wasn't for me. I didn't like the structure of an MLM, the return and pay, which I know you guys that have been in other programs that are similar, just wasn't cutting it. But I was also realizing so many people thought that the meal plans, or most importantly or unimportantly, that the shakes were helping people to lose weight. And not the calorie deficit and the habit changing and the workouts. People really thought the shakes were making them lose weight, and they were holding so tight to these meal plans. And I was honestly sick of writing meal plans with these replacement products, meal replacement products, because people were so confused and thought if I didn't have this trusted meal plan, I'm not going to get this result. And it was hurting my heart and it was hurting my soul as someone who had worked in medical laboratory science for so many years. And I've taught the science of weight loss, but so many people were wanting to do meal replacement, meal plans, get a quick fix, and none of these people were keeping their weight off. And I decided I wanted to move towards macro-based coaching. I had already had a few certifications in personal training, in sports nutrition, and I was changing all of my content on social media to help people see that nutrition was really the way to go. But I was spinning my wheels. I wasn't getting clients. My posts were having no reach. Even the fact that I had lost 150 pounds was not even a selling point for me to get as much as 2 or 3 new clients every month. And I felt like my business was failing. My first thought was to buy another certification. Maybe I need more proof. Maybe I need more authority. And I was like, maybe if I get one more specialization in something, that would be enough with the other certificates for people to really see that I was someone that was worthy of the prices that I was putting out there. Well, one, I didn't just need another certification when I had one in the thing that I already knew how to do. And two, it wasn't that was not getting people sold. It was my systems. It was my marketing. It was my message. It was my business structure, the way I was onboarding people. It was so many different things. And three, I was really, really needing more guidance and mentorship than me just buying another certification. And so I started looking around at group business coaching programs because I was like, I'm smart and I've got it. I think I've got this thing, but it just wasn't all connecting. It wasn't glued together the way that I thought it should be. And I started hunting around for a business coach, and I signed up for this coach's wait list and I got on it. And I was so excited. And I found out 1,200 other people had signed up to be on the wait list for this program too. And I was like, this is probably not happening. She filled the spots in a couple of hours. And I'm like, oh, this just wasn't meant to be. Maybe I'll just keep thinking about getting some other little small certs. And that's going to be the thing that is going to, really help me turn my business around. Well, 3 months later, she was like, I'm bringing this program back. And I'm like, oh my God, that means it must have been great the first round. Now she's proven that it works. But then the ultimate or instant thing I thought was, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to afford it. She's so popular. 1,200 people were on the list. I'm not going to get in. It's going to cost too much. I don't have the money, but I put my name on that wait list anyway. And guess what? I got an email back same day to schedule a call to get in that program. They were going to be taking about 20 people. And then it ended up being like 15, but 15 to 20 people. And the first round had 8 to 9 people. And some of the things that I toyed with when I was waiting to find out the price of the program, which I was pretty sure that I knew how much it was, I just thought, you know what? I can't afford to not invest anymore to be where I want to be. And I knew that I was needing mentorship. And I knew that I was needing guidance. I knew that I needed to stop doing Google University, do programs, all these free programs on my own, do another cert by myself that was just piling up on top of the other ones that I had, even though I had the specialty that I needed. And I knew that I had to invest, but I really didn't have the money to make the investment. But again, I kept going back to not to being in the being faced with the fact that I could not afford to not invest to get where I wanted to be. And so I knew that doing it free was not something that was totally working for me because I wasn't making any money. I knew that I was making mistakes, but there was no one there to give me guidance on what to do differently. And every single thing that I wanted to do was taking me forever. Like it was taking me months for the smallest tasks. And I knew that I had to get resourceful and I had to figure it out. This program, you guys, and this was, only 7 years ago, like only 7 years ago. And I cannot believe where I am today was $6,000, way more than what, the coaching program that we offer called Macro Mentorship costs. And I was like, 6,000. And I told my husband about the program and he was like, do you think this is going to help you? And I'm like, yeah, I know it will. Like she has a great track record and like, I believe in her. I think that I can do this. I have this it factor, but I need guidance. I need to be around other people. Like I have to get in the room. I was stuck. I was making so many mistakes. I desperately needed help. And he told me like, if you believe in you, I believe in you. So we literally took his paycheck that was coming in, all of our money in savings, the paycheck that I got paid last week, and we're resourceful. Like we made a budget for like how we were going to eat food for the next few weeks and like no extra purchases. And this is before Amazon was like, crazy. So it was like, don't go to Target, no extra purchases, no date nights. Like we're having dates at home, no fast food. Like we're going to do this for a month till we get enough money back in our savings to get to where we needed to be. Because we had kids at that time that were in like intermediate school, and then one was in elementary. And then I was wanting to be home because my kids needed me to be there more. I was hating my job and it was sucking. But like we made a plan and we decided to get resourceful because what I was doing over and over again like wasn't working. I needed mentorship. I needed someone to give me clarity, someone to push me to take action. And I realized that it was the thing that I needed. And so we pulled all of our money together and bit the bullet and paid in full. I didn't want to do a payment plan that was going to cost more. I just wanted to like make the investment, put the money on the line, and then get back in the game. I knew for me that investing, like that was going to be the thing that was going to make me show up. And I know that I'm showing up, I'm going to be the person that's going to be out there every single day, striving to be the person that I wanted to be. Well, I got in that room, I got into that mentorship. I was with 14 other coaches, like pushing me, having accountability. I was getting like all the templates, all the tools, the blueprint. I was getting feedback. I was having coaching calls 3 to 4 times a month, and I made my investment back in just 8 weeks' time. And in about 3 months or 90 days, I ended up 10 timesing my income, and it has only grown since then. That was 6 to 7 years ago, and I've literally not looked back. And so with a lot of investments I've made, I've had to ask myself the question, is it too expensive? Or can I not afford to be where I need to be? But also having discernment on like what's realistic, what's actually priced right, what's too much, like, also being sensible and being careful. There's a difference in like diving in and buying a program that is something that, is not something that you have touched at all. You haven't thought about, like it hasn't even kept you up awake late at night. You haven't like dabbled in it a little bit. You haven't applied it to yourself. That's like me saying I'm going to become a professional house painter. And I've never painted the outside of a house. I dread painting the inside of my own house. Like that's definitely not something that's going to be sensible. So I'm not going to go drop $10,000 on that type of apprenticeship. And so I have kept this philosophy with me as I have gone through my coaching. And it's something that I definitely have people think about when they're deciding on, is macro mentorship something for me? Now, the reason why we created macro mentorship is because at the time that I wanted to know a lot about macros, that type of program did not exist. There weren't macro coaching certifications out there. So we created it. We wanted something that wasn't like I had done before. Getting online and doing a certification by yourself, hoping you're getting the understanding of what's going on and getting to the end and passing your quizzes and then passing your final exam. But then it was like, what's next? Like, I got basic information. How do I even turn this into how I would use it on like a real client? The case studies in the books were like athletes that were like in perfect health, and not people who are like pre-diabetic, or had had injuries, or someone that had a mindset issue around like ever weighing more than 150 pounds or whatever that magical number. Like that stuff wasn't in there, let alone like business modules and templates and how to set things up. And I was like, this is something that's needed, something that actually helps you create a business that you can apply in real life. But you have the mentorship and guidance that I loved. When I had my first coach, I had a community, I had people cheering for me, people saying, me too, like I am struggling with those exact things and I get where you're at. And so we created a program that was a specialized certification for those that need it, plus had group business coaching and nutrition membership, which was huge because it's something that is so hard to find in a space where you can get help with your like real life case studies, which are your actual clients, how to create programs that retain people, how to figure out what are the right types of products for you, how to price something, what are the structures, what are the systems. Like people get so overwhelmed that they don't even start. And there's something to be said about doing something for free versus the way you act when you show up, when you're investing in something. And so to you, I would say today, if there is like something that you really want and it's a stretch, you have to truly know that sometimes it will definitely take money to make money. But when you are investing in you, the product that comes out of there is priceless. It's worth way more than the money that you've invested into it. But sometimes putting money on the line is potentially the thing that you need to actually do the thing that you need to do, because there is some skin in the game. Like it's different when you're doing it for free. It's just like if you've ever coached a friend for free, it's completely different. They show up different, you show up different, but you get so much clarity and you take so much more action when you invest in a program, even when you're nervous, even when you're scared. Like a lot of us have things in our heads that we think about that make us go like, I'm not going to be successful. And things that creep up that challenge us to shy away. But if there's something that you know that you truly need, it may be the time for you to figure out how to get resourceful. How can you make this financially happen for yourself? Because sometimes money not spent is just as big as a waste, when you're wasting more time when you could have gotten to point B faster with the investment. Macro Mentorship is our 4-month coaching certification program for coaches. We're opening up next month. Like the doors are just like cracking open slowly. I definitely want to invite you guys, if you are in the nutrition coaching space and you want to become an authority in macro-based nutrition, have business group coaching, you want to have the guidance from me and mentorship in your business, definitely take a look at our website in the link below. Add your name to the list. Doors are opening soon.
Thanks for listening to our podcast today. Make sure you like, share, and tag us on Instagram. Also, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes. In the meantime, be healthy and get wealthy.